what do you want? What do you want?
What do I want?
What do you want?
Well, I want to do everything. I want to go out and have everything I want. I want to have more abundance than anyone could ever have. I want to be able to do anything at the drop of.
I want abundance because why?
It gives you the ability to do and have whatever you want.
And what do you want to do?
I want to go and travel the world.
And what do you want to have?
What I want to have? I want to have joy. That's what it's
But
about.
what do you want to have? You're talking about abundance. You don't buy.
I would love to make music. I would love to travel the world. I would love to be
And what's out there in the world that you want to see?
People and beautiful things and cultures and
different experiences.
Experiences, yes.
So that's the first time you've really gone there in a while, because you're so practical. Because if you let yourself want something that you can't go do right now, it feels like failing. It feels like a pipe dream. And in an action world, we don't want you to go do things that you can't afford to do. But in a vibrational world, you are abundant. You get to think about those things that you want to do. You get to let your juices flow about that. Spend time letting yourself be in the receptive mode of the imagination of that, you see. We're happy to have this conversation, because usually a conversation as we're visiting with our physical friends goes something like this. I have desires. I've got lots of desires, and there are things in my way from these. But you've taken it a step further, and a lot of you have. I have lots of desires, and I've got things in my way that keep me from it. And so I hold myself from thinking about desire, because when I turn my attention to my desire, my negative emotion, as I'm aware of the condition of it not having happened yet, flares up, and then I think I'm miscreating. Did you hear that? So now what we're saying to you is, I have desires that my vibration is not allowing me to manifest right now, but I've decided to approach this life unconditionally. So I don't need the condition of that desire right now to be happy. The thought of it feels good to me. I'm going to allow myself to think about it. I'm going to allow myself to find the feeling of it. The feeling of landing in a country that I haven't been in before, and looking out the window into the environment of it and getting my first glimpse of something that is new, and stepping off the airplane into the weather atmosphere and feeling the atmosphere, the earth atmosphere of this, feeling the temperature, feeling the humidity, smelling the fragrances, being there, getting a glimpse of the people, hearing their sound, feeling them. In other words, you don't have to go there physically in order to have that emotional experience. You see what we're getting at? And as you allow yourself that emotional experience, we're going to say it, we've just got to, that unconditional experience, because the condition didn't happen yet. You aren't on the airplane. You aren't on the airplane. You're not there smelling it with your nose. You're smelling it with your emotion. You have allowed the thought to manifest. So don't hold back from that. When we begin every gathering, we say to you, are you enjoying your desire? And you say, yeah, you do. You say, yeah. But you're usually not enjoying your desire. You don't really get what we mean, because what you mean is, I'm allowing myself to enjoy the desires that I'm letting myself have, because I'm keeping a close guard on not wanting more than I believe I can have, because it's torturous. And we just think that torturous contrast is so good for you, because you cannot hold desires back, and when you try, you introduce unnecessary resistance into your experience. And the reason that you hold your desires back is because you've been using feedback from others who don't believe in the process, who don't understand the process, who don't believe in themselves, and who don't believe in you as your feedback. So if you say to someone who hasn't traveled the world, who doesn't understand about vibrational currency, it's a vibrational currency that we want you to spend. We want you to discover the currency of vibration, the currency of letting the energy flow. we wanting to expand your sense of where you stand and who you are in this equation of creation. And we're wanting you to, all of you, to hear us when we say you're not getting your fair share. You're holding yourself back from your fair share because you've got bogus beliefs and flawed premises that keep you from letting yourself have your fair share. So in that limited thinking, you don't let yourself want in the way that you naturally do, and you practice not letting yourself want with such deliberateness because you don't want to look bad. You don't want to be talking about stuff that you can't demonstrate right now. But we want you to be talking about stuff that you can't demonstrate because we want the unconditional pleasure of it to be what you're going for. We're out here on the leading edge, friends, way out here on the leading edge. As we visit with you, most people who come to us initially, they just want to figure out how to live a better life. They just want to figure out how to have more money and more friends and have nicer things in their life experience and to fulfill their reason for being. And it's a long list of things that you want. But few of you understand that the key to what you're looking for is a fast-moving vibration that you're up to speed with. That's really what you're looking for. If either of those elements is out of whack, if you don't allow a fast-moving vibration and you're not up to speed with it, you don't feel so good. So sometimes if you've, in the early days, you allowed a fast-moving vibration, but you weren't up to speed with it, you felt bad. And so you say, well, I'm not going to do that again. And we're saying, but don't let the thing that you give up be your fast-moving vibration. Your fast-moving vibration must be encouraged. What you want to do is get up to speed with it. So we want you to talk more with more sense of ownership of who you really are and what's coming. We want you to say things like, I am one of the most vibrationally prosperous people that I've ever met. I understand the laws of this universe. I understand how things work. I get who I am. I can feel the power of who I was when I was born. I can feel the perfection of my choices. And the contrast that I lived was so perfect for me. I launched so many rockets early in my life experience, and my vibrational reality, my vortex, is huge as a result of that early work that I did here in this physical body. I'm so happy that I was always on my path and I always did exactly what I was here for. And I love that there is a robust vibrational calling that is calling me in a really powerful way. And I revel in every hint of it, every inkling of it that I get. I revel in that. And I love being consciously aware of my emotional guidance system. I love knowing when I'm letting myself be up to speed and when I'm not. I'm poised for the perfect life experience. I don't compare myself with one other person because what they have, what they're doing, what they're thinking, how they're being, how they're feeling really is irrelevant in terms of my relationship with who I am. It's irrelevant in terms of who I was coming in and who I was when I was born and who I am standing here and who I am as a non-physical energy. The only thing that is important to me is the relationship between who I really am and who I'm letting myself be. And I love thinking about who I really am. I love thinking about my unlimitedness. I love thinking about my worthiness, my blessedness. I love thinking about the possibilities. I love knowing who I am, and I'm so eager about manifestations of my life showing that to me. Esther found herself in a position where she saw and wanted and could afford a magnificent structure in a place that she had forgotten how much she loved being. And from the moment of finding it until she had ownership of it was a very short period of time because the momentum was moving so fast and she was really on the wavelength of that. So it happened really fast, and now, boom, there she's sitting in this really magnificent place overlooking this really wonderful vista. And as she sat there trying to comprehend the bigness of the manifestation, she understood the perfection of the alignment that she had accomplished. She didn't even know she had accomplished that alignment until the manifestation came into full blossoming view for her. Well, that's the reason that you look for conditions, because conditions feel so good when you've allowed them to develop from alignment, you see. This is what we want for all of you. We want you to allow the vibration that you have contoured, the vibrational reality that you have created. We want you to feel the essence of it, not demand the condition of it, but feel the essence of it, because we want the essence of it to come full form into your experience. Because when you allow it to come full form into your experience, that's when the culmination of your alignment is fully realized by you. You see what we're getting at? But if the manifestation of it is necessary before you allow yourself to feel it, you can't get there from there. So you have to find some way of being happy with happy. You just have to be happy with happy. Our message to you is stop holding back. Do you recognize that you have been?
Yeah, now I'm very clear, yes. Yeah.
And so what are you going to do about it?
I'm just going to let go and dream big.
You see? And where are those big dreams coming from?
From me?
You already put them there. So I'm going to let myself receive what I've put there. I'm going to put myself in the receptive mode. Dreaming big just means getting happy enough that the dream can be realized by me. Ooh, the dream, the realization. Favorite conversation ever.
Wow. Could I have one more? Thank you.